and they were mean dogs. And my sister, she had bought me a bicycle because she felt sorry for me. She thought I could ride to school. Well, I used to walk through the fields, you know. But like I say, in the fall, the farmers would turn their livestock out to clean up what's left in the fields. And they usually had a bull or two out there, you know, and so you had to be a little careful about walking across the fields. Sometimes I'd walk down the railroad track, which went about halfway down there, but sometimes the cattle would get out on the right of way of the railroad track, so that wasn't very safe either. So my sister, she bought me this bicycle, and I couldn't learn to get on it and get it going. I always had to lean up against something, you know. So I'd lean up against the house, you know, and then start pedaling. And if I fell over, then I'd go back and put it up against the house and do it over again. But anyway, I was riding that bike to school, and them two police dogs come out after me, you know.
No.
And so that night when I got home, I told my dad, I said, oh man, them dogs, I had to pedal so fast, and you know, I said, I thought they were gonna bite the heck out of me. So the next day he said, well, he had a car then, and so he took the gun and he put it so it would show, you know, the show was sticking up there. He said, you go ahead and ride to school. And he said, if them dogs come out there, he says, I'm gonna blow my horn, you know, and they'll see that gun, and it's either, you know, Dad ain't a very good shot, and I'm out there. But you know, them dogs never bothered me again. I don't know if I don't remember if they tied them up or whatever. My dad shot them.
Probably the owner saw what went on.
I think he saw that Dad had a gun, and
Probably
Wow.
mess with him.
Yes.
He probably figured he had other boys, so if he missed and hit you, well, so what?
Oh man, that's crazy.
yeah, you know, it seemed like that time never happened.
Yeah,
it just seemed
yeah.
like it was a dream
Another
or
lifetime or
something
something,
other.
I guess. I don't know.
And in the fall of the year, why, I was still in grade school, you know, and it only went to the 8th grade. And my dad, he'd go to the teachers and say, I need him home helping in the beets and the potatoes. I mean, Dad, they had to pick the potatoes by hand, you know, and pick them up, put them in a basket, and then we dumped them in sacks. And then Dad had a big dugout. It was down in the ground, and then it had poles and straw on top.
Yeah.
And we'd take them down there and dump them, and then in the beets, well, we had to top all that by hand, you know. And my two sisters, they had jobs in Denver. And that's when they would take their vacations and come home and help in the potatoes and the sugar beets. And,
Well, you graduated.
well, I think they just wanted to get rid of
And
it.
Get out of here.
You said the welcoming speech.
And you got the farmer of the year.
And at the welcoming speech, you said welcome and sat down.
Did you?
Yeah.
It's about like the bride is coming.
The bride is coming.
So did you guys ever, when you were a kid, do you ever remember going and eating like out somewhere or going to like, no?
No.
Or like getting like an ice cream
No,
cone or
we
something?
We would go to church on Sunday morning, and I remember, just sit there, you know, it just had wooden pews, no cushion or whatsoever. And the sermon would go on and on and on, and then, boy, if you even nodded your head like you were going to sleep, you'd, boy, you'd wake up in a hurry.
Oh, man.
Oh, golly.
I thought you said you got an ice cream cone and then your dad would buy some wine and that was so you would shut up and wouldn't tell him.
Oh, really?
Because he didn't want Grandma to know about the wine, so he'd say, I'll buy you an ice cream cone if you don't say about the wine.
Yeah, my dad, he would buy a gallon of wine,
That's a lot of
and
wine.
he would put it
gallon?
behind the fence posts out in the field. And then when he was cultivating or something, when he come up to that end, he'd go over there and get a slug of wine. And it's a wonder he didn't tear all the beets and stuff
Yeah,
out.
he didn't drink enough probably to do that.
He start out and he's getting pretty straight rows, and then the farther ever he goes, the more he's like,
Oh man, how funny.
Well, that guy that was our neighbor, that Scott in Fort Lupton, he drank a lot in the field.
Wow.
He had liquor everywhere in the field.
He was a
I don't know how he didn't get hurt.
yeah, one 4th of July. I guess you're getting tired.
No,
of
you're
hearing
fine.
all this junk. One 4th of July, me and my other brother Bill. I don't know. I think you did.
Yeah,
you
yeah, I remember Bill.
Yeah.
Remember him? Yeah. Well, anyway, we were raking hay with a dump rake. I mean, it's just a rake. It just goes along like this. And then you have to dump the hay like this, you know. And I was driving the tractor, and Bill, he was
Dumping the
raking
rake.
hay like this. And here come this guy that they're talking about. He was our neighbor. He comes down there, and well, he was drunk all the time.
Like Barrick?
Yeah.
Yeah, kind
They took his driver's license away from him so he couldn't drive.
Really?
So then he would ride his horse
Oh,
to
yeah.
town,
That's
and
right.
he would go right in the bars with that
With
horse.
the horse?
With the horse.
Yeah, I remember that. Well, he
Anyway,
then
He
he
would
drove his
hook up
tractor.
the-
He used to drive his tractor too
yeah.
Yeah. he was
to
crazy.
go get drunk.
He come down there when Bill and I was raking hay, and he interrupted us. And I remember he was telling us a story about how he went in this bar, and he got down on all four like he's gonna crawl, you know. And he says, "Get on my back, get on my back." So I don't remember. I think it was Bill. He had to get on his back. You know.
Oh my God.
Wow.
Yeah, he was crazy. They had that big barn, remember? They'd
That's
have
still
barn.
there.
He'd have barn dances in that barn.
That's a cool one.
I don't know if you.
I don't know if it's still there or not.
Have you ever noticed when you go down to Denver on Highway 85, you go past Fort Lupton about a mile, and if you look to the east, there's this great big barn, and it's still there. And on the north side of the barn, they had a little build-out thing, and and they had barn dances up in the hayloft, and that's where the band would sit out there.
Yeah, and his dad, this guy's dad, was the head one of the, well, it was during the time of war when they were, what do you call it, drafted, you know?
He was on the draft
Yeah,
board.
well, he was on the draft board. So his son, he didn't have to go.
Yeah.
But Dad, he had to go.
Yeah, Dad, he was milking cows then, and I was home helping him. So this was when the Korean War was going on pretty good, and it was getting pretty bad over there. And so Dad, he goes to the Scott, and he asks him. He says, "Well, how's Roy's chances of being drafted?" And he said, "Well, if you want to buy 10 more cows or something like that, you know," he said, he won't have to go.
Yeah, Josette's number one.
Who's that?
It might be Pat, I'm not sure.
Let's see.
Is this Pat? Hello, Pat, this is Gerald.
Who?
How are you doing?
Oh,
Well, I guess I don't know why, because it's me.
It's in my phone, so could I look in my
You mean
phone?
I sound
and get it?
younger than I used to?
And I'll write it down for us.